How many man hours you think that you've put into this thing?
So I started, like I said, around 7 or 8 years ago, just finding parts. And I told myself if I could get the rare parts, then I would build it. Because I have one of his eyes here, kind of creepy, but basically this eye on here is a what they call a Wolazak lens, and it's a camera lens. But you can't. In order to get the look, you have to have the part. And in order to get this, they're now rare, right? It's pretty rare. And then you machine it and you make it look like the movie. Everything else is either 3D printed or metal parts. But I when I started, I said I'll get the parts. If I can get the rare parts, then I'll finish it. I kind of procrastinated for the first few years. I would say around the pandemic, which is when everybody had a lot of free time. Yep, is when I really went into fifth gear with it, or really just tried to really work on it pretty hard.
And then when did you get on TikTok?
A year ago.
Oh, really? So
yeah, it was like October, November. Yeah, wow. It was crazy because all I did was I thought, I have a YouTube and I have an Instagram and I have Facebook, and it's all under TJ5 build. But basically, I had a handful of followers. Didn't really. The social media thing for me was more about just sharing some kind of documented processes and kind of what I did. It wasn't really like entertainment.
Right.
But then I went on TikTok and I was like, I'm going to just kind of produce a video just kind of with, I think I used the $6 Million Man intro and just kind of did some things. And that thing it was like 1.8 million views.
Wow.
Like it was just crazy how it blew up. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, I had 50,000 followers. I mean, we're up to 150,000 now. So it's crazy. And I get a lot of response when I go live.
Yeah.
because when I go live, I actually have him taking the comments and responding to the comments.
Yeah. And I think at the time when I first saw you, I don't know if the build was complete. Like I think,
no, I did it in stages.
It was like the head was there, but it didn't have arms or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just that having the talking head was so cool. In fact, that's what I might have to commission you to do, is just do a talking head. So how much you think if somebody's listening and they want to take on this mission,
oh my gosh,
if they can find the part, how much do you think that they're going to spend bare minimum?
Well, so my cost is not including labor, right? So I've had probably 3 or 4 years of just straight labor, weekends, nights, whatever. You're going to spend upwards of just parts alone to build a full size 40,000 easily.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of that's a common question I get. I generally shy away from it, but for your show, I'll put it out there.
I'm thinking 5,000, something like that.
No, he has his own insurance policy.
Yeah. Well, wow. You have to. Yeah.